The VQ engine is one of my least favorite sounding engines ever.
Campers!
He wants a Z.
Straight fence post exhaust. That's
Oh
nice.
my god!
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new video. Woo! This is a little different. I am not used to being able to hop in a two-seater and go drive around on the town. If you guys didn't see the last video that we posted, make sure you go check it out. I'll put it right here. One of the most amazing surprises of my life. And before we even get into today's video, I just want to say huge thank you to Alicia and all my buddies, just everyone who played a role in getting this car so that I can start a build for a Seatime car. It truly is one of the nicest things anyone has ever done to me. So Alicia, I know you're gonna watch this video. Thank you so much, babe, love you. Today, we're gonna find out if Alicia made the right choice and got us a good car to build a drift car out of. So now let's head over to Vin's shop. We'll get this thing on the lift, we'll look at it, we'll see if it's got any scary things going on, but for the most part, I drove it around a little bit and it feels pretty good, so let's head on over there. But before we jump to this video today, most of you guys watching aren't subscribed to the channel. It helps me out tremendously if you guys are subscribed, and also you are informed on when I post a new video. We have big plans, and I wanna make sure you guys are informed when we post all new videos so you can check them out, enjoy, and have some fun with us along the way. So go ahead, click that subscribe button, click that like button as well, and also leave me a comment. Say what's up. Let me know what you think of the car. Let's go. And let me tell you, if all things go as planned, this will be a very awesome car. But the first impressions I have of this thing is definitely no race car. It's definitely not a drift car. It feels like a 21-year-old Nissan. But that being said, I've driven the car around a little bit, and I actually do think it's got some strong bones, but I want to make sure that this thing's ready to go for all the upgrades that we want to throw at it, or that we need to throw at it for it to be able to hang with the type of driving that we want to do with this thing. So in the last video, Alicia was actually talking about how the one thing that she was really happy about this car was that it didn't have a stock exhaust, because she likes to hear a car that she's driving. And I couldn't agree more. Now, some of you watching, you may be big VQ guys, you might be diehard 350, 370Z lovers. The VQ engine, I will have to say, is one of my least favorite sounding engines ever. It sounds like a psychotic trumpet trombone. If you just straight pipe these things, it sounds horrendous. Now that's just my personal opinion, whatever. If you love the sound of VQ, get your ears checked. I don't know. Don't come at me. But I will say that this car actually doesn't sound that bad. Since this does have the factory Nismo catback exhaust, it does actually sound pretty good. It's a little bit more tame. It's not super crazy raspy. The cool thing is that this car is a track edition, so it came with a bunch of little Nismo bits on it, and that's where we got the catback exhaust. It's got that VQ sound, but I will say it's not as trumpety. And the cool thing about this car is, yes, it is a lower horsepower car, but that's what we want for a Seatime car. This thing maybe makes 300 horsepower, but it's got good pep, especially with 209,000 miles on it. So I'm pretty stoked so far, but we still got to go over it and see if there's any gremlins hiding, but for the most part, pretty happy about it. And now, as much as I hate traffic, I'm not gonna force you guys to sit through it. So we're gonna go ahead and get you guys over to Vin's shop now. Let's go. All right, guys, we're over here at Vin's shop. Let's go ahead in and say what's up.
Vin!
About time.
Oh, it's Campers! Champ! What's up, buddy?
That's what he does to Z owners. He's like, oh, get out of here. You want to see the car I almost convinced Alicia to buy you? You could have been rolling carbon fiber hood, a 6-cylinder.
It does have a motor.
Formatted the proper way.
In a straight line.
Bucket seats, dude, the whole thing. This is an Apple Valley champion.
Got the nice cracked windshield.
That's called Active Aero.
I don't think I could ever drive a car that's yellow.
I love yellow cars.
Oh, no, I can never do it. It looks like a dirty banana.
But honestly, the Z's a good chassis, though.
Before we get into anything, for all you guys watching this is Vin. So if you guys know me, you obviously know Vin. Vin is my other fellow New York transplant brother here in California.
Yeah, I met Mike because I had to change a transmission on my E36 race car, not this one. And I was like, hey, you're from Long Island. I'm from Long Island. We should be friends. Come here and work on my car for 2 days straight.
And
And we did.
and that's what we did. It worked.
I don't know.
Yeah, a little
Something
bit.
happened.
But he actually sold the car and got rid of it, so we don't have to worry about it. We're out here today because Vin actually helped Alicia with deciding on the car. You went and checked it
Yeah.
out.
Alicia hit me up and was like, I want to get Mike a drift car. What should I get? And she said, it made me question our friendship.
Oh my
He
gosh.
wants a Z.
Okay.
He wants a Z. And I was like, what the fuck? Wants one? No, but I joke because when you're looking at like a budget drift car, I think like E36
Yep.
and Z are the only things up there because 240SXs were once the budget drift car but are no longer.
So now you actually tried talking Alicia into a 240.
Because I think for you, like
Yes.
buying an S13 hatch
be good.
would have been cool, but the car you get with a stock KA S13 is a real pile of shit.
You're paying the amount of money that you could possibly buy two Zs for one clapped out 240. Especially the prices are just out of this world. It's not doable. I would have loved to get into another S chassis, but it's just not feasible.
I agree.
But also, I'm glad that we didn't buy your drift car because now once I get the drift car good to go, you'll come drifting with me.
Yeah, 100%. I was actually going to get rid of this thing, but we'll keep this for like a smasher car because this
Yeah.
is the one we could like door up.
And that's the type of driving we want to be able to
Yeah.
do. And then he's got Amy's car back here that they're getting ready to do some crazy stuff
Yeah,
with. 1JZ, VVTi, right?
600 wheel, E85, angle kit, put the dog in the back, street car. Oh, it's going to be so good. Yeah. I purchased this car with you. I gave you a PPI. And you need to come here to check it out? Do you not trust my car buying?
I wanted to know if you regret anything or if we find anything that would make you regret
No,
telling
when-
us to get this car.
When I went with Alicia, she was like pretty surprised that I didn't give it like a thorough look over. And I was like, you're buying a clapped out Z to go drifting. It runs, like
It
the guy's
drives.
not gonna scam you. Like it's all here, let's go.
Let's just give it that thorough checkout that you were like, didn't want to do because clapped out.
Yeah, let's move the IS. We'll throw it up on the lift. We'll like poke around at stuff. I guarantee a bunch of things will be wet and whatever, and then we'll go see.
All right, cool. Let's do it. You ready to hear the sound of my new fan base? Vin, I hate to say it, but I smell a little bit of oil.
Yo, this thing, it plumes a little bit of blue smoke. All right, well, this guy friggin' takes absolute eternity to put the car on the lift. Let's just talk about something real quick. This is at least a pretty nice package car because it's got the track pack. It comes with these nice Brembos, front and rear. The wheels are actually forged, although these are chrome and in horrible shape. It's a pretty cool spec car. Because Mike wanted to make it a drift car, I figured you don't really need it to have clean paint, so it doesn't matter that, you know, top half of the car paint is smoke because it'll get wrapped or painted at some point. It's got all the bits. It's 6-speed, track pack, big brake, and it doesn't have a blown motor, so good to go. Dude, check it out. It's got ghost badging.
Yeah, I thought that was super cool.
That's sick. Mandatory shake. That thing's so heavy it ain't gonna fall off. Nice to see you've kept it clean after Alicia got it detailed for you.
I did end up driving it in the rain the other day.
Where? Where did you end up driving in the rain? Where did it rain?
Oh wait, no, it wasn't rain. It was a big puddle in a parking lot.
Mike's gotta learn how to lie out here in California. We don't get rain. It hasn't rained here in like 8 months. What?
Being killed by a 350Z would be the worst way to go.
Unless you were at a sideshow and you get punted into like a street sign. Pretty sick.
That is very sick.
All right, what we got, Mike? Let's take a look.
Nismo.
Oh, actual Nismo muffler?
This came with the track edition, and that's why it doesn't sound too bad without the cats.
Oh, okay. This car actually does sound pretty good.
Oh, I know that this isn't factory because it looks like they welded a stray fence post exhaust. That's nice.
god! I guess these were resonators, probably.
Yeah, probably. And then you got the CD,
Yeah.
6-speed.
It's probably the best thing that comes from these cars. That's a little warm. And an amazing amount of oil all over the bottom of this thing.
Right, yeah, it's pretty wet.
This is a carbon drive shaft?
The hell? No way.
Dude, what? Did these things come factory with this?
That's crazy. Imagine you got a clapped out car on OfferUp that came with Brembos, a 6-speed and a carbon fiber drive shaft, and a Nismo part. Like, that's pretty sick.
But
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a factory thing.
There's no way someone who does this puts a carbon fiber drive shaft in their car. One good thing is that leak, probably valve cover gaskets. So if you look up
Oh yeah.
at the cylinder head, it starts all the way at the top.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So
It's up there.
it could be something pretty small, but it's got a little oil leak. But for a car with this many miles, this old, it's
Yeah,
bound
you
to have
kinda
some.
expect that.
This body
Yeah.
is coated. That's gonna make for a nice time working on it. Little under tray. I feel like you should just rip that off,
I love that. I'm surprised I didn't hear it.
right? I mean, other than that, it all looks like fine. It's not like immensely hacked. Besides the exhaust, there's no like glaring damage or anything. I mean, we got some ripped ball joint boots, but you'll change that with an angle kit.
Yeah.
So when we were looking at this car, we weren't super particular about it for that reason. Because we figured, one, like paint and body, you'll screw with it, put a kit on it, wrap it. Suspension wise, like if you're going to do an angle kit, you're going to be changing out knuckles, you're going to change out inner and outer tie rod ends, like ball joints, all that stuff gets refreshed anyways. So realistically, it's like as long as the motor's somewhat healthy, transmission's good, it's the Z diffs are actually really good.
Yep.
And it's got big brakes and like the body's somewhat clean. Like
Yeah.
it's a win.
I'm feeling the same way about it. From driving it, stops on a dime, doesn't sound like total ass. I mean, this exhaust work is pretty hysterical, but
I mean, it's like a pretty solid car. I think you should take it to AVS and go drifting with it stock.
I would be lying if I said I didn't try kick it out already, and it seemed to work.
The other reason why you want to buy a Z is not only because it's a pretty stout chassis to begin with, but it also has like tons of aftermarket. So you could literally pull the subframe down, change every arm, every bushing, and put it back in and not have to like custom fab anything, search around for parts. Like you could just go to one place and get everything. Pretty simple.
That's pretty much the whole idea with this build, is trying to keep it as simple as possible with every aftermarket thing that we do. The only thing that we might do with this car that is a little bit more advanced is putting some form of a roll cage in it. Just because the type of driving I want to do in it, I would like to feel safe.
Planning on rolling this thing?
I mean, I'm down to drive it hard enough that we, maybe. I mean, plenty of cars have rolled at ABS.
I know. Honestly, I hate driving my tin can piece of crap because I always worry about like, if I die in a car, I don't want it to be that one. I don't want it to be that one. That dying in that thing would suck.
It would be the worst.
At AVS, like what a shameful way to go out.
I would honestly, if that happened to you, I would just lie to anyone that asked me what would happen.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
everyone delete your media.
Yeah, delete everything.
I fell out of a plane. Just get me out of here.
Vin got hurt in a skydiving accident.
Yeah. Guy putting this car on the lift, huh?
Oh.
Side skirt. Look at that side skirt.
Is it on it?
Oh yeah. It's eating it right up, folks.
Oh hell yeah.
That's that handled with care.
Today on Rookie Mistakes. That's like the vibe for this car, though. It's like I don't want to have to care about it
I
at
don't even
all.
look where I put them on that car. Jack it up on a fuel line. Just kick it under the thing wherever it lands. It's
I got
going
no
up.
brakes. Oh, shit. I need to start looking where I put the jack.
They don't really need more power.
No,
Like,
that's
stock
the one
power is
thing.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I think is really good about this platform is that it makes maybe 300 horsepower, but it's got torque.
Yeah. That car makes like 180 horsepower, and
Yeah.
it's like just a little too slow. Like I always
Just
say
a
that
little
if I could make that car perfect for AVS and like the little tracks we have around here, it would be like 300 horsepower. Because also 300 horsepower means you can go out and jam all day on 2 sets of tires.
Yep, that's what we want. We want consistent laps without sweating our ass off changing tires on this thing.
Yeah, when you have 1,000 horsepower and you're doing 2 laps on a set of tires, it makes drifting really expensive.
Yeah, really fast.
Yeah.
That's another thing about building a seat time car is you actually want to be able to get seat time in it. So have a car that you don't have to spend the whole day changing tires on. So as far as the exterior of this thing, other than me just wrecking the side skirts, it's really not that bad. It's all pretty straight. The paint is like, 4 out of 10. Bumper fitment, these are all things that you'll get with a car that has 200,000+ miles on it. A little bit of bubbling under the paint here on the hood, but it's a car that we're going to drive super hard, and we don't want to have to worry about, anything exterior wise. I'll make it look cool. I promise I will. It's kind of what I need to do, but at the same time, I'm not going to care about going into a bunch of tire walls or driving into my friends like Vin. Interior is pretty clean. I don't know how much we're going to keep of it. It's really not a bad spot to start. All right, guys, so believe it or not, I actually forgot to film an ending for this video. But not to worry, we'll just talk about what we learned about this thing. It's a good car. It's fine. It's great. It leaks a little bit of oil, burns a little bit of oil, but it runs the drives, makes power, it's straight. It's a good starting point for the build that we want to do with this thing. So I'm super stoked. Not to mention the car is totally filthy right now, and I'll tell you exactly why before you even ask me. It's because we took it to the track. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! So I took this bone stock 350Z to the track, and we went out there and we drifted it. And that's gonna be in our next video coming very soon. So make sure you guys do me a favor, go ahead, subscribe to the channel so you're informed when it comes out and you get involved in this build that we're doing. I'm very excited for it. I've had a lot of fun with it so far, and I just can't wait to see what we do with it next. So with that, I will see you guys on the next video. Later.